Hey y'all, happy Thursday. Welcome back to another What Else is Going On, aka We Go podcast YouTube video. I'm your girl, your host, Taria. I hope that y'all are having a good Thursday. Y'all, it was just Friday. I feel like 2 days ago was just last Friday, and now tomorrow it's Friday. Like these days are flying by, like they are moving. Did y'all watch Salt Lake City last night? The recap for it will be up tomorrow, wherever it is you listen to your podcast, the audio version, and on YouTube as well. I hope you enjoy me and my guests. We had a good time. So there's just a couple things I wanted to come and talk to y'all about in this particular video. I may make another one. I've been tired. I almost didn't go out and work today. I was laying in bed um, with a heating pad, and I was so cold. And then the hubby, of course, was like, Corey was like, just stay home, stay home. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So I fell back to sleep. And then he was getting ready to leave out for work, gave me a kiss, and then I went to get up and he was like, just lay down. So then I ended up going out like 30 minutes later. I was like, I could hear the money. So I need, or our kids needing something or this or that or whatever. Just so I ended up going out for a little bit. But I just want to go. I'm so tired. I want to go to sleep. But let's get into some of the things. So first up, what have we been talking about for the last almost year? Diddy. So let's get into it. This is according to the Jasmine brand. Diddy's attorneys accused feds of leaking 2016 footage of him physically assaulting Cassie. I remember when the footage got leaked, people thought maybe Cassie had held onto it or Cassie had been given a copy of it. Because if you remember, excuse me, later on, I believe it was one of Diddy's old bodyguards came out and said that the hotel gave Diddy a copy and Cassie a copy. Now, we don't know how true that is, but people were speculating on who leaked the footage. Diddy wants to know how footage of him physically assaulting Cassie Ventura made its way online, and he's blaming the feds. In new courtroom documents obtained by TMZ, lawyers for the disgraced entertainer requested an evidentiary hearing in the U.S. Court for the Southern District of New York to discover how CNN obtained the video back in May and leaked it online, sparking widespread outrage against him. They alleged the government leaked the video and other important evidence in the case to tarnish Diddy's reputation in the public eye and for a potential jury. They also claim misconduct against the Homeland Security Investigations, the federal agency that carried out the raid on Diddy's homes in Miami and Los Angeles back in March. They want the government to be banned from sharing certain information with the media and the suppression of any evidence leaked by government employees. They claim that since the raid, the government has strategically been leaking confidential grand jury material and information, including the 2016 Intercontinental videotape, in order to prejudice the public and potential jurors against Mr. Combs. What y'all think? I mean, there's a big part of me that feels like even if they leaked it, he did it. If he hadn't did it, there'd be nothing to leak. I don't know what y'all think. Y'all think that'll sway the court any? Speaking of Diddy, let's get into some more things. So, Diddy went to court today. His mom was there. And I think they said either 4 out of 7 or 5 out of 7 of his children were there. I get their names wrong all the time. Who is Albie Shore's son? Is that Christian? And then the one that, or is that Quincy? That's Quincy, right? And then the one that looks like him, is that Christian? And then the other son, Justin. And then to me, it looked like the twins, Jesse and Delilah and Chance, but maybe I'm looked at the picture wrong. But either way, and then his mom, allegedly his mom was heckled as she walked in. But let's get into some of the things that the feds had to say. This is according to TMZ. Federal prosecutors fired back at Diddy's attorney in court Thursday today, saying he wrongfully accused them of racially profiling their famous client in the TMZ documentary, The Downfall of Diddy, The Indictment. In our September documentary, Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, said the feds were pursuing the criminal case against his client as a takedown, of a successful Black man. Agnifilio had said the feds couldn't nail Diddy for anything related to taxes or his business empire. So they started poking around in his bedroom. In a grand jury indictment, the feds charged Diddy with racketeering, conspiracy, trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. In Manhattan federal court Thursday, which is today, federal prosecutors labeled Agnifilio's claims as baseless when he accused the government of engaging in a racist prosecution. Things got even uglier in the courtroom when Diddy's legal team asked for a gag order against the feds. Accusing the feds of leaking grand jury information to the press. As we first reported Wednesday, the defense slammed the Department of Homeland Security for allegedly orchestrating the leak to CNN of the infamous video of Diddy viciously assaulting Cassie, which is what we just talked about. But in court today, prosecutors denied giving out information publicly. The judge denied the gag order. Both sides What is happening? Both sides agreed not to speak to journalists going forward. Prosecutor also said in court Thursday the investigation is ongoing with the potential of a superseding indictment against Diddy. TMZ broke the story. Diddy was facing possible additional charges. I just want to see what a superseding indictment means. Superseding indictments and informations. I don't quite. Okay, here we go. Got it. A formal accusation brought by a grand jury that replaces a previously filed indictment and changes, adds, or deletes charges and or defendants. Okay, let's read that again. A superseding indictment is a formal accusation brought by a grand jury that replaces a previously filed indictment and either changes, adds, or deletes charges and or defendants. And there's a potential of a superseding indictment for Diddy. So I wonder what that means. I don't know. It looks like, okay, the feds say they calculated, Lord Jesus, wait a minute. The feds say they collected terabytes of e-data during their searches of Diddy's homes in Miami, Los Angeles, and New York over the last several months, and they're still sifting through it. The judge said Diddy will remain behind bars. Trial has been scheduled for May 5th, 2025, with 3 weeks for the government case, and the defense will need about 1 week. The next conference is scheduled for December 18th. Y'all, now this is what they say. Diddy looked pretty happy in court Thursday. All of his kids were present, and his mom was there, who flew in from Florida. After proceedings ended, they all filed out arm in arm. The rap producer and his dream legal team arrived. The rap producer and his dream legal team earlier arrived in New York City Southern District Court Thursday after filing a motion to expedite the feds handing over their evidence in the case. Diddy's team, now consisting of 2 more attorneys, Anthony Rico and Alexandra Shapiro, recently filed another motion as well, asking for bail for the 3rd time since his arrest in the middle of September at a fancy New York City hotel. Our sources say Rico is known as one of the finest trial lawyers in the country, while Shapiro is one of the best appellate lawyers practicing today. What do y'all think? We've talked about this before, and I've said this before. There's a small part of me that wonders if he is going to make bail. I don't know. We know how corrupt, I've said this before, the system can be. And I'm just wondering, like, is there any possible way that he will get out with or get bail and then have to serve minimal jail time, or quite honestly, get bail and head over to where Russell Simmons is at? We shall see. We shall see. Moving on, talking about legal things, let's talk about Dr. Dre. Before I do that, I want to pull something on my phone so I can see it better. Hold on. I want to read something to y'all, but y'all, I can't. Okay, here we go. All right, this is according to TMZ. Dr. Dre sued. Ex-marriage counselor says stop threatening me. Dr. Dre keeps threatening his renowned psychiatrist to the point where the guy feels he needs to wear a bulletproof vest, at least according to a new lawsuit the doctor filed. Dre is being sued by Dr. Charles Safi, a psychiatrist who says he provided Dre and his ex-wife Nicole therapy and marriage counseling sessions during their union before staying on to act as a mediator during their divorce. According to the lawsuit obtained by TMZ, Safi claims Dre started bombarding him with abusive and threatening text messages 14 months after the divorce was finalized. I keep saying Safi, maybe, which is the doctor, claims that Dre is falsely accusing him of encouraging a third party to badmouth Dre in the media during the divorce proceedings. And he says the threats reached a head when Dre sent associates disguised as FBI agents to his gated community to track him down. In the doc, Safi claims Dre has called him a and a piece of over text and threatened to make you pay for that. Safi claims Dre started harassing him over text in February 2023. And shortly after, Safi says Dre hired some men to impersonate FBI agents in order to gain access to his home, to threaten his physical safety, and send a message. Child. Since the alleged indictment, Safi claims he has had to beef up security at home, and he doesn't leave the house unless he's wearing a bulletproof vest and cap. Safi is suing Dre for $10 million, and he also wants an order requiring Dre to stay 100 yards away from him. With all that going on, I'll be like, I need an order that don't even allow him to make eye contact with me. Howard King, Dr. Dre's lawyer, tells TMZ that Dr. Sophie filed his suit, filed his suit only after he failed to pressure Mr. Young into dropping efforts to get Dr. Safi punished for dereliction of duties and incredible incompetence. These claims are set forth in detail in a confidential complaint Mr. Young filed in 2023 with the Osteopathic Medical Board of California. He continues, the complaint seeks revocation of Dr. Safi's license to provide mental health counseling to needy patients. In gross violation of all applicable standards of care, Dr. Safi inserted himself into a contentious divorce while he simultaneously treated not only Mr. and Mrs. Young, but their children. Hang on 1 second. Dr. Dre's lawyer adds that he was terminated that the doctor was terminated when it was revealed that he was encouraging one of their children to take sides against Mr. Young, which is Dr. Dre, even encouraging his son to go to the press with false allegations in order to force a financial settlement that he recommended. Dr. Sophie has consistently rebuffed medical board attempts to investigate these claims, but has now filed this desperate suit while the noose of the medical board is tightening. Yeah. Let me get into what the text messages that Dr. Dre allegedly sent to Dr. Safi. Prescriptions, wow, you effing with the wrong one. That one doesn't have a date. The next one, March 5th, it looks like 2023 at 2:02 p.m. What happened, Doc? I thought you wanted to talk. Cat got your tongue? You're going to have to give me a written apology. If not, I'm moving forward. I'm not playing. Trust me. April 25th, 2023 at 6:24 p.m. Hey, Doc, of whatever the F, I guess he meant or, but it says, hey, Doc, of whatever the F you're pretending to be. Just know this. I'm not going anywhere until you explain to me why you tried to talk blank. Well, it has it blacked out into saying negative things about me to the media. You're a piece of ish. Friday, August 4th at 2:26 p.m. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you. Yes, you. Oh, and then it looks like the doctor replied, excuse me? And Dr. Dre, this is Dr. Dre allegedly saying, yes, you're a piece of ish. February 17th. Oh, I read them out of order. I'm sorry. This February 17th. Oh, because the way they have them back to back. Okay. Well, February 17th, 2023 at 9:08. Good morning. I have no idea what you are referring to and would make myself available anytime to discuss. February 17th, 2023, 11:26. Dr. Dre says, you effed up. Just so you know, I love being underestimated. Whoever a person is, he has it blacked out. And I selected you to be a trusted helping professional for, and then it has blanked out. Time of need. You stayed on as our couples counselor and then as blanks primary therapist during our divorce. All ethical breaches of conduct. From there, you inserted yourself into the divorce, attempting to convince me to settle according to her terms. I tolerated your malfeasance at the time, hoping to try anything to bring our ugly divorce to an end, but I was well aware of how wildly inappropriate your involvement was at the time. And now, blank, whoever this is, tells me that during that same period, you encouraged blank to turn against me to the press to further ruin my name. I suppose that's one of the clinical strategies you've outlined in your guide to family values. Let me be crystal clear with you. I know a charlatan when I see one. Information is readily available, and I'm well aware of your reputation and the ethical breaches of conduct that have followed your career, especially during your tenure at DCFS. Fortunately, hearing you defend your choice of clinical interventions to the medical board, particularly as it relates to blank, will bring me some satisfaction. Okay, and then it starts with the prescriptions. Wow, you effed with the wrong one. So it looks like he allegedly started texting this doctor February of 2023, then March 2023, then April of 2023, and August of 2023. So the doctor has brought a lawsuit for harassment. And Dr. Dre said they're trying to get him disbarred or his license revoked. Sure. And allegedly the doctor tried to get, I'm guessing, one of his kids to go to the press to speak poorly about him. Well, I mean, let's just be honest. Nothing that would have been said, any lies that were told would do any more damage than what we know the truth to be allegedly, with your past. It's a lot going on. I suspect this will continue to play out. So we will see. Then this last thing, I thought this was, we were talking about Diddy, and sometimes J-Lo gets thrown into the mix because we know that they were a couple. I read this article the other day, and I wanted to get into it about Jenny from the block. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm just Jenny from the block. Jenny got a lot of rocks. Well, she's been married, what, 3 or 4 times? Traumatized Jennifer Lopez finally breaks silence on Ben Affleck divorce. It was sad and scary. I'm not looking for anybody. This is according to Radar Online. After months of dodging the subject, Jennifer Lopez has finally broken her silence on her divorce from Ben Affleck. RadarOnline.com can reveal the singer confessed her marriage ending after 2 years has been sad and scary. J-Lo, 55, marked her new chapter with a spicy cover story in which she declared she won't be dipping her toes back into the dating pool for a while. The 55-year-old, oh, they keep saying her age. She didn't shy away from her less than perfect summer, which included a canceled tour and an onslaught of divorce rumors before she split from the Gone Girl actor. In her cover story for Interview magazine, the Jenny from the Block singer opened up to comedian Nikki Glaser about how dramatically her life changed in a matter of months. While discussing her documentary, The Greatest Love Story Never Told, which she worked on with Affleck, Nikki Glaser asked J-Lo about film's overall theme of self-love and re-examining one's life choices. Nikki asked, how do you examine what you did wrong without falling into what's wrong with you? J-Lo chuckled as she replied, the work is figuring yourself out. It's a looking back at the feelings underneath and the belief systems that we have about ourselves that make us make certain choices and create certain patterns in our life. And so when you get to a point where you think that you've learned the lessons and then it blows up in your face again, you realize, okay, I haven't. Let's read that line again. And so when you get to a point where you think you've learned the lesson and then it blows up in your face again, you realize, okay, I haven't. So what is it that I need to look at right now? I would say never stop looking inward because it's so easy to blame everybody else. She added, but you have to be healthy. You have to be complete if you want something that's more complete. You have to be good on your own. I thought I learned that, but I didn't. And then this summer, I had to be like, I need to go off and be on my own. I want to prove to myself that I can do that. When Nikki asked her if her summary of self-discovery was hard, J-Lo enthusiastically quipped, yes, it's effing hard. It feels lonely, unfamiliar, scary. It feels sad. It feels desperate. But when you sit in those feelings and go, these things are not going to kill me. It's like, actually, I'm capable of joy and happiness all myself. J-Lo made a point to note, being in a relationship doesn't define me. I can't be looking for happiness in other people. I have to have happiness within myself. I used to say I'm a happy person, but was still looking for something for somebody else to fill. And it's just like, no, I'm actually good. Later, J-Lo admitted that despite the work she's done to look inward and figure out what she wants in a partner, she isn't on the hunt for a new man and won't be for some time. She candidly said, here's the thing. There's no new bar because I'm not looking for anybody. So look, we shall see. We know J-Lo is in love with love. She said that before. Now she said she thought she learned the lesson, but now she's doing introspective work, figuring out how to make herself happy, how to be happy on her own. Y'all, I hope y'all don't hear that, because here go my neighbor again with these drums. I really hope y'all don't hear that. But anyway, so J-Lo said she ain't going to be out here dating, looking for nobody. She's doing the work on herself. So look, all we can go by is what she says. Yes, we have a history of it being otherwise, but she's saying she's doing the inner work. So we shall see. I know there had been rumbles of them possibly getting back together, but child, who knows? We shall see. What y'all think? Do y'all think there's A, either a chance for J-Lo and Ben to get back together, or B, not or, A, to get back together, B, she's actually doing the work on herself and will be single for a minute, or C, she ain't gonna be single but for a hot minute, and before you know it, she's gonna be back in love with love. Let me know what y'all think about that. Let me know what y'all think about this lawsuit against Dr. Dre, brought on by his former psychiatrist. And let me know what y'all think about the Diddy of it all. I know I keep asking y'all this, but more information comes out and it makes me wonder, is he really going to pay for all of this stuff? And do y'all think that the feds could have possibly leaked the video of Cassie? And if y'all think the feds did, do y'all care? Are y'all like, that was wrong, that should not count? Because we saw it. And again, if he hadn't done that, y'all, this drumming. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that they shouldn't count it? Again, we saw it, so it's always going to count for me. Or y'all like, I don't care because he did it and he should be exposed? Because that's me. Let me know what y'all think. I will talk to y'all later. See ya.